Hello, everybody. This is Sandra Pelly, the Sandini, keeper of the inner dragon flame, as well as the galactic shaman. And I have the beautiful Callie with me, and she helps purpose-driven individuals navigate life transitions and spiritual awakenings, clear inner blocks, and align with their true purpose using dragon energy, intuition, and holistic transformational tools. Tell me a little bit about that, Callie. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Miss Sandra. Thank you so much for having me here today and getting to introduce myself a little bit to your folks and beyond. Yes, what do I do? I love working with purpose-driven folks who are going through transition, who have had an awakening, and they're just not really sure what that all is. What is this? What is this thing I'm feeling? What is this thing I'm seeing? And am I really okay? And the answer is yes, you're completely okay. Nothing is wrong with you. You have been tapped by the higher energies, as I like to call it, the higher energies, higher vibration. And what I love doing is guiding people through what these feelings are by helping them to ground, bringing it into their everyday with different modalities and tools, and helping to be that person that you're not alone. I'm here to be with you, and I have a wonderful community that is continually building and growing to bring you in to know that this is real, this is you, and this is your divine destiny to go in your purpose.
Oh my goodness. I'm tingling right now. And I think the biggest reason why I'm tingling is the realization of the things that collectively we are creating. And let me just explain that a little bit more deeply, and then you can express whatever you like from there. I work with what's next women, women who have already gone through that transitional period of what you've experienced and what you're helping people with, and
Yes,
they're really ready for that what's next. And here you are helping those at that beginning stages. And I just like the word beginning it because and we don't have a really proper human word for that. What I'm really recognizing though is that there is a consistency of everybody helping everybody.
yes. And we all want to help everybody. I One of my nicknames is the Rainbow Girl because I do believe everyone has a place at my table and our tables. We all have something special to bring, just like a fingerprint. We don't have the same fingerprints. So we all have something to bring. However, in that, it's hard to help everybody at the same time. So being able to zero in on the specific folks that I can help with these things when you're first coming in, because that is what I know that firsthand on multiple transitions, on multiple levels, everything from spiritual to business to jobs to motherhood to marriage, good and bad, and all those things collaborative that bring me as me learning how to be my authentic self, being truthful to myself. And yes, you need to be at that space to then grow. What is my purpose? You probably already know, but are you scared to say it because you're afraid someone's going to look at you sideways? Are you not really sure? It's kind of cloudy. You love this and you love that, but you can't see how that goes together. Or it's always been a black and white. And that's not always true. It can be and, doesn't have to be either or, it can be and being having permission to do that. And that's what I do. I give you permission to breathe again, to come into your body, to connect to divine as you, to be told by your higher spiritual selves and your guides who are already talking to you. You just are like, what is that? You're questioning it still. And now getting clarity. Yes, this is a real thing you're feeling, seeing, experiencing through emotion. These are real messages coming to you to help you, not to hinder you, not to scare you, but this is opening that channel and being that guide, being that, for me, being a clear channel that can speak that to you because it's all your energy. It's just getting it all together. It's not scattered everywhere.
I love that. Are you ready for the questions? The other
Yes.
questions?
Questions. Yay, more questions. Woo-hoo.
So let me explain a little bit about this. This has very much to do with what I believe is a really big part of all of our makeup, and that's the emotional, physical, spiritual, and self-identity. So we're going to ask a
Whew.
question in each one of these, starting with the emotional one.
Okay. This is fun. They're fun.
When life feels heavy, what brings you back to center?
Breath, always breath. Your breath is your lifeline. And when your breath is hyped or in survival mode, or you don't even realize you're breathing, you can't do things very well. You're scattered. So to bring yourself back down, take the pause and actually feel, what are you feeling? Do you feel your breath is all over the place or high? You need to get it into a nice rhythm. And I love teaching that and getting into that and giving permission, even in the chaos, that you don't have to be the chaos. You have control. So breath is definitely the thing I go to and teach.
And I think that's really apparent too when we look at your business name, the path
Yes.
you've chosen, the breath to awakening.
Yes, yes. And that's what brought me. I had someone say to me, are you breathing? And I'm like, that's a great question. And I said, and then the next thing I thought was, well, if I have to think about it, something's not in alignment. And it wasn't. I was very much in survival mode, very much not breathing, very much not paying attention to what my body was telling me, and very scattered. So, learning from that person what intentional breath is and being intentional with where I want to go with my life and who I am and all those things comes from that nice, beautiful seed that's been provided to us every moment to breathe and to have breath and being intentional with it.
Yeah. I definitely advise the listeners or invite the listeners to go back and have a listen to what you just said because that is such a powerful, powerful recognition and movement from there. Are you ready for the next question?
Yes.
This is the physical.
Physical, physical,
Let's get physical,
physical,
physical.
physical.
What does rest look like for you?
I love that. What does rest look like for me? Permission to pause. Rest looks very, one of the wonderful things I like what I do is I don't do it like everybody else. And I don't think everybody should do it like everybody else. I honestly go back to breath because what I do when I'm breathing is I can be sitting and doing like a meditative thing, but I often am moving. I'm out walking outside. I get myself out with my dog and we walk the neighborhood and I can be at rest because I'm not at a computer anymore and I'm not thinking about it. I just allow my brain to melt as I'm walking and I'm just in the space in that moment. Other
Hmm.
rest is just is dancing. I love to dance. I have dance parties. That is rest for me. To be able to shake it up, get out of whatever I'm in and just be in me. And that's who I am. I love being about things that make me happy and give me pleasure. So that is rest.
I love what you said about that you are your own individual when you rest, that there's no need to rest like everybody else. Because as soon as I read your question out loud, I was thinking to myself, oh, I ride my mountain bike for rest. Oh, people aren't going to think that's rest.
Rest. I was an athlete. I was an athlete for 10 years. I played basketball for 10 years of my life. And I found pure pleasure and joy in that. And when you're in pure pleasure and joy, you're in your rest, you're at peace. So maybe like shifting the word from rest to peace. What brings you peace? Because you're rested in them. So
Yeah.
movement
Uh,
is definitely, that's a thing.
and just before we go on to the next question, I want to say that I've really recognized too of late, walking away from the computer for me is rest.
Mm,
Some people think, oh, sitting down at the computer or sitting down with the phone is resting. It's actually, for me, it's walking away, or
Mm,
walking away from certain aspects of the computer. Like
mm.
I've been really having a lot of fun playing with the energy of this gift giveaway. And yesterday I chose to be off that portion of the computer. Like there was no
Mm,
touching any of that yesterday. I just had a day that was entirely different. And so
love
that
that.
those conscious decisions of where you need those rest pockets.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And yes, underline, highlighted, bold, bold, bold. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. So yeah, you need to let your brain just melt off somewhere else. So I love that. I love that. Yay.
Exactly. So the next question is to do with the spiritual aspect of yourself.
All right. I'm already like getting tingly. Spiritual. Let's go. Let's go.
Goosebumpy. Ooh, this is so a question for you. I love this.
Oh
What
my.
spiritual myth or story mirrors your journey?
The never ending story is literally the first thing that popped in my mind, which is a story that so many of us know through the movies growing up. It tells me my age, which I don't care. I'm excited. This is a big year for me. I'm turning 50. So but that for whatever reason, that movie just literally sucked me in and learning of a dragon. And I'm like, what? What is that? Like I said, this is who I help because I've been there. And that's when I was a kid. And I watched that. I can't even tell you how many times I watched that movie. I go back to it now, actually in remembrance and what I'm doing and realize the hero story that I am living. A lot of it mirrors what I saw in that movie. A lot of it mirrors the different spiritual levels and entities. And it's not just, I mean, dragons, yes, that's huge, but there's others. There's other light beings that I've connected with that have connected with me on so many different levels, high vibe. And it's been a really crazy, interesting journey that you have to say yes to at different points. And you don't always want to. You don't always want to say yes because you grow. You have to grow. So I would definitely say the never ending story because my story is very much still going. But there are chapters of where I've been. So
It's so fascinating because when you said that story, I had the immediate image of the boy on the dragon, and it was like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, I can feel the energy of that. And then I realized that one of the paintings on my walls that I had painted back in January of 2017, it's the very first dragon I ever painted, and it actually happens to be a long ground like dragon. So it's just like, oh, I bet you there's a connection there. So thank you for
yes.
saying that.
You're welcome. Yes, my one of my dragons, the first one that was like that too. Leicester, however you want to say it. He lets me do it both ways. And he looks very similar, feels very gentle. And that also helped understand better about dragons look so different. They're not always scaly and big with big teeth. No, they can be like a teddy bear or a stuffed animal kind of feel. And that's what the dragon was in there. So yeah, that's so cool. I love that.
I could carry on the conversation just
Yes.
on this topic alone.
That's your next question.
Yeah, next question. The next one is about the self-identity.
Hmm.
What does authenticity mean in your daily life?
That's the awakening. So I am also authenticity. Breath to awakening is the breath is what helped me awaken to myself, what helped me to see who I really am from the inside and what I am passionate about to then have the courage and abilities to be who I really am in this realm and with these lifestyles and things. Um, it's important and it can at times be very scary and it's more powerful than we give credit to when you don't understand it and you're not ready or you need to be guided in that to get to the point where this is just who I am and I just stand in my power and this is who you get. And if I'm not for, and also recognizing as a recovering people pleaser, I'm not for everyone. And that is okay because I'm authentic to myself and then I'm with me 24/7, 365. So sorry, not sorry.
I love that. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
You know what? I just really want to highlight something for you if you were unaware of this, Callie, and also for anybody else who's listening, that you have a natural gift that's occurring whether you're consciously aware of it or not. And what that natural gift is in your speaking of the little things that happen in your life or that you're consciously aware of, you are uh, the word triggering, I think, is appropriate in this case because it's not a oh my God kind of trigger. It's like this beautiful little nuance of, huh, oh, that's why. I mentioned it with the never ending story.
Yes.
I also want to say that when you spoke of this and your realization of your breath, for me it was the I am open and that whole mantra that was created because
Mm,
of that.
yes.
But I saw it so vividly in that moment that you said something about how it was your breath to awakening. So
Yes.
there's
Yes.
something very energetic about hanging out with you that is really beneficial for other people. So with that in mind, you have two gifts for the gift giveaway. One is the breath reset, ground center align in less than 4 minutes. And your
Yes.
VIP gift for those who choose to step in is the Dragon Love Immersion Live webinar. Again, I think it's really beneficial for people to sit in your presence because there is something very magical about the energy that you are rippling out. And would you like to speak to that?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for that. Yes, I do believe that I am always someone who comes from my heart. And so with the first gift, like I said, the breath, I'm practical, just like you. We all have a lot going on, but we have to be intentional. And it doesn't have to be, like I said earlier, like how everybody else does it. So being able to come back to yourself and reset in less than 4 minutes, that's all you need sometimes. Sometimes you need the hour, but a lot of times you don't, you really don't. You only need a few minutes just to get yourself grounded and go into what you need to go into. So that's first. The second one is I'm really, really excited about is this love immersion. Love is the highest frequency, however that comes to you. And to have the opportunity to be one with people in the space to feel that container is one of my most passionate things. I love community. And so having this opportunity that folks can come in, be a part of this love container, this energy and sharing and learning from each other, as well as teaching and that back and forth. We're all learners, we're all teachers. And so I love guiding. Yeah, I'm definitely someone who's a magnet. I'm a magnet for people. I love people, always have. I like to do more opportunities for that.
Love that. What does growth in motion mean for you?
Growth in motion is life is always lifing. You're growing whether you want to or not, like subconsciously or consciously. And uh, so you need to keep moving. Just sometimes you don't see it. Sometimes it's a crawl. Sometimes it's a sprint. And sometimes it's something in the middle, but you're always growing because as long as you're alive, you're growing. So just continuing to keep and don't stop. Just take pauses, but don't stop. You're worth more than you are worthy of your dreams. You are worthy of the things you love, and you're worthy to have a life that's not stressful, that allows you to be you and to keep going.
I love that. Life is lifing.
Life is lifing.
My my daughter used to reach out and say, I'm adulting today."
Yes.
And I can feel the moments when me, even now at
Yes.
62 years of age, I'm like, "Oh, I'm adulting today."
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep. Adulting and lifing is in the same pot. You know, it's what a lot of things we don't have control over how it comes to us. We have all the control in how we respond to it.
true that. Yeah.
So there's your growth.
Thank you, Kelly, for joining us today. You will be able to see all of her beautiful self over the gift giveaway, which is running from March 17th to the 25th. And that is the Spring Equinox gift giveaway, Growth in Motion. Thank you so much for being here, Kelly.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.